This is the story of the sawmill and the 3 logs. And what logs they are. I could call it the golden sawmill and give it a little bit more of a Goldilocks parallel, but it's actually not golden. It's more of a Woodmizer orange color. So we'll just have to stick with what we have. But if the Goldilocks parallel holds true, what we'll probably find is this one's going to be too small, this one's going to be too big, and this one is going to be just right. We'll put them on the mill them up, see if Goldilocks theory holds true, or find out if Goldilocks is just a bunch of bunk. These first 2 logs are both too long to fit on the mill, so we'll have to modify them, cut them in half. I think Goldilocks is already losing some credibility here. How's that for a heart-centered 6x8 Douglas fir beam? Some of you who watch my sawmill videos may notice there's something missing around here. And no, I'm not talking about the lumber pile that used to be there. Something else is missing. There are no deer. Normally this time of day they start circling around, waiting for their turn on the sawmill so they can lay in the sawdust. But they have been laying low the last couple of days after one of them got eaten by a cougar. And no, I don't mean a 40-something woman type of cougar. I mean a mountain lion kind of cougar. Just right over there, less than 100 yards away. I found the remains a couple days ago, very close to where I had the trail cam. But just a few days before that happened, I moved the trail camera somewhere else because there wasn't anything interesting happening down there. I moved it back down there. We'll see if we get anything interesting on it. If I do, maybe I'll post it on my community page or do a video about it. And now, back to your regular scheduled milling. Which brings us to the third and largest log. Yes, these did come from the same tree from that silly professional wrestling spoof video I did. I've gone from professional wrestling to Goldilocks. I wonder if it has anything to do with all the chainsaw fumes I've been breathing over the years. I'm mostly trying to get timbers out of these logs. 4x6s, 4x8s, 6x6s, 6x8s. And I'm trying to avoid 2x material. The market for 2x material right now is lousy. Although I have been doing a few 2x12s, because what's there not to like about 2x12s? Now to find out if this one's too big or not. Two really nice 6x8s and a 4x8. One heart center, the other free of heart. Small knots, high grade material. These almost make me want to do some timber framing. And we're not even done with this log. That went well, but that was only the small part of the big log. We still have the big part of the big log to deal with. This one could be a problem. It's heavy, it's big, and it's heavy. Instead of trying to steer it around to get it on that end of the mill, we're just going to mill it on this end of the mill. I need Andy with his peavey to help me move this. Let's see if the saw head even clears it. Going to have to take the band off to see if it even clears it. Looks good. This log has a lot of taper in it, so there's going to be a lot of waste on that end. How about that one? 6x8, free of heart, hardly a knot in it. That's it. All 3 logs are done. This is what we got out of those 3 logs. Now to answer the big question. Did Goldilocks theory hold up? We'll start with a small log. Was it too small? Not at all. It was one of the bigger logs I've milled in a while. It was a nice size to move around. It was big enough to get some good big timbers out of it. Had a lot of volume in it. There wasn't a lot of waste. I think we can debunk that one. Now on to the big one. Was the big log too big? The butt log was a little heavy to move around just because it was so big. And I did have to turn it around a couple extra times to finagle it in there to get the mill to fit through it. Or to get it to fit through the mill. Or to get the mill to fit around it. Yeah, that's more like it. The biggest disadvantage to that one was just how heavy it was. But the top log on that one wasn't a problem at all and got a lot of really good lumber out of both of them. So I think we debunked little Goldilocks on both of those ones. And now the medium one. Was it just right? I don't know if it was just right, but it was a really good log. It really produced some good lumber. But it didn't produce as much lumber as the big one, and it wasn't as easy to move around as the small one. So I don't know if I could say that it was just right. When it comes to these logs on this mill, I think we debunked Goldilocks. Goldilocks is busted. What's the real moral of this story? Well, that's obvious. The moral of the story is, I'm glad I milled these logs today and yesterday when it was only 70 degrees, instead of 2 days ago when it was 90 degrees. So there you have it, the takeaway for this video. Thanks for watching.